Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and today we're going to revisit chain link fences. All right. A couple months ago, one of my tips of the day, or a live stream, I did on using a fabric called tulle, or as my friend Rick Bailey from the False Bailey Railroad says, tutu fabric. All right, using it to make chain link fence, and it's good stuff. Serves a purpose, but it's kind of hard to work with, and getting it cut to the right width, etc. And I was at Michael's craft store with my wife the other day, and just walking around. I needed to pick up some reindeer moss, lichen, whatever you want to call it, to do trees and bushes and stuff over here at the Aurora Engine Facility Roundhouse. And I walked down by the ribbon aisle, and I came across some ribbon that looks more like prototypical chain link fence than tulle. And this is it here. It's called wired ribbon, and it's a metallic. You can see through it. The weave is tighter than tulle, giving it a more prototypical chain link fence look to it, and comes in different widths. This width, which is scale width, is right at 6 feet according to my handy dandy HO scale. It's right at 6 feet. Okay, so it's pretty much the perfect width, all right, for a 6-foot chain link fence. And so let's take a look. I got a section done over here at the Pepperidge Farm Bakery, and we'll let you take a look, and then we'll visit how I'm going about installing it. Okay, so there we have a section. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8-foot, 6 8-foot fence panels made up. So how am I going to work with this, you say, or you ask? Well, I have already measured out 8-foot sections along here, because this Pepperidge Farm Bakery needs to have a fence across here, and then going between it and the Heinz Lumberyard around to the back. And I have a lot of other areas I need some chain link fence too. So I've measured out 8-foot sections along here, and I tried to drill, but it's such a fine hole. It really isn't made for drilling. But for fence posts, I went ahead and ordered some more piano wire, but a little bit thinner than what I have depicted there. Okay, and you can see hopefully the difference in sizes. This one here being a little bit thinner than this one here. Okay, so I set up a jig and I cut off 11-foot sections of this wire. And when I say 11 foot, I'm talking 11 scale feet. And then I took and bent the one end at a 45 to represent where the strands of barbed wire would go. All right. And instead of trying to drill these little holes, I used a hammer and track spikes, which are about the same size. Okay. make the hole. So I have the hole and I have a fence post. I have a hole and I have a fence post. Okay, so that's all there is to that. I will make all the fence posts, and then I will come through with the fabric, the metal, and it's got wires on each end, so it's really easy to work with and bend. So I can connect it here and use super glue to come right down the fence line, and it'll come to here, and then I have two little dots right there. One's for the line of fencing going back that way, and one will be for a swing gate. Alright, so stay tuned. Let me get the rest of the fence posts and everything done, and then we'll come back and take a look. Okay, so we got all the fence posts cut. Alright, I have pre-measured and cut out the chain link fabric. And again, this is ribbon from Michaels. Alright, it's called wired ribbon. Okay, and there you go. Alright. And I even have the gate made, and it's in the open position, but it does swivel so that it can close up. And I've seen people make gates and stuff and put a servo on them, and so they can press a button and the gate will open or close. So no, I'm not going to go that far. But I just thought it'd be good to have a gate. All right, and I have the chain link cut for the long run, separating Pepperidge Farm from Heinz Lumber, and the short section of the back. All right, so now for some super glue, and we'll have that chain link fence done. And I have a lot of other places to do this at, and I'm really liking this fabric as compared to the tulle. It's much easier to work with, and perhaps a little shiny. I don't know if a little dull coat would help that or not, but it works great. And like I said, I got a lot of other areas to do chain link fences at. So stay tuned, and we'll get this all set in place. Take a final look at it. Alright, so I've applied the glue to each of the posts. Make sure you get your posts in, set at the right height, and straight. Okay. Then simply apply the glue down the posts, and I use these metal weights to hold the fabric up against the post so that the glue can take. All right, and we'll see how it turns out. Stay tuned. All right, so we got the fence done. I think it turned out really well, and fairly easy. A lot easier than using the tool. Having this metallic ribbon with the wires running down the sides. As you can see, the wires end up looking like the top and bottom rails on the chain link fence. Plus it gives it some stability and makes it a lot easier to work with. So that's your tip of the day, using some and I quote, wired ribbon.
from your local craft or hobby store. Not hobby store, like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, places like that. And using that as chain link fence. All right, and 0.033 music wire or piano wire as your posts. So that's it for chain link fence. I want to thank you again for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.